Say what?
I said I could have a little notebook of gum because there's no trash right in here. I took my gum out 1 second before we went on air and I just folded it inside a piece of still attached notebook paper. And if I did that every week, it could be like some sort of interpretive art project.
Yes. Not that you should.
No, I would be like, this is my gum from June.
Oh, you could date it.
16th, 2019.
And then when you get famous,
someone can auction off my gum at Christie's.
Yes, your gum squished in paper with a date.
If they had my gum, they would have my saliva, which means they could clone me, and that would be bad.
Okay.
I don't think anyone would want to clone me.
Okay. Don't do that.
Okay.
Nice color.
Thanks. It's my kid's sweatshirt. I am wearing the most grubby clothes ever right now because I just got off the lawnmower and ran for the car.
That color is like a combination. It's like a creamsicle and mustard put together.
Because it's not. It was just school bus yellow, but I guess it's not quite.
No, it's very orange, but it's not quite as perky as creamsicle. It's got a somber tone, which makes me think more of mustard.
Mustard is a somber thing.
Not that I would really want to have those two together.
Creamsicle
and
with
mustard. No.
I'm sure there's someone out there in the world, Kristina, that eats creamsicles with mustard. It's a big world.
Yes.
I'm itchy again.
Oh, don't get me started.
You know what? Is this spring going to just wrap up and be summer? Because the pollen is outrageous. I had scrubbed all of our wedding tables because we have a wedding starting in a couple hours. It's a Hindu wedding, so it goes for 3 days. But the tables inside my barn, which was closed, the barn was closed, but there are still tiny little, light cracks that you can see light through the barn. Tables were all clean, and I went up early this morning to spread all the tablecloths, and all the tables were coated with a thick coating of pollen, even though the doors to the barn had been shut. You know what you need? You
need a bellows. To go and...
That would just puff it into the air, though. I wanted to have it gone, so I had to spray and scrub every table again.
You did?
Yep.
It just seems like if you didn't introduce water into the situation, you could just kind of blow it off.
But I don't want it all puffing around on the floor, because then people will walk through it, and I'm sure
it's like confetti.
It's already on the floor, right? If it was on the tables, it's on the floor, too.
Okay. I guess you have to be fussy, because that's your job. That's what you get paid to do.
I guess.
Yeah.
Do I get paid? Yeah, I guess.
Yes, a little bit.
Sort of.
Compensated in some fashion through joy.
And
so
much joy.
A feeling that you're making the world a better place. That's what it's all about.
You know what? None of my couples, it's only been 5 years since we've been running this, but nobody's gotten divorced yet. So maybe we got the magic.
Got the lucky wedding venue.
We have had a couple couples split up before they got married at our house, but
that's good too. That's good to do it before you get tying the knot.
It is
to that stage. It's much better.
So,
wow.
Anyway,
awesome. So this week, our advice for the week is dance with the Great Riddle.
Are you going to get all deep right away?
Yeah.
I'm going from gum and pollen, and you're dance with the Great Riddle.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful blend. But I did spill my tea on my elbow today, which you might ask, how do you do that? Can you imagine a scenario in which you spill tea on your elbow?
You can't lick your own elbow either, which is a bummer.
Well, see, it's wet. See?
How?
Guess how. Where do you sit with your tea at your elbow?
Oh, you had your elbow on your armrest and you're in the car and you went over a bump and your tea sloshed out of the little hole and went on you.
No, it was stopping for road construction.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy, I don't know if he saw it happen, but he smiled at me and gave me a big wave. So I got my compensation.
No, the first guy?
Yeah, the first guy's nice.
His name is Paul Easton, who used to be my boss he knows you. He listens to our show.
The traffic guy?
Yep.
Really?
If it's the same one that's the first guy this morning, yeah, that's
Paul.
Oh my
gosh. I just was so happy. It makes me happy when the road people...
Yeah, he used to run the Boys and Girls Club in Randolph when I taught figure skating there.
Nice.
Taught his kids to skate. His ex-wife is Andrea. Remember the woman who took all your CDs at the Chandler...
Yes, I liked one of her Facebook posts today.
Yeah.
It was a mural of flowers.
They know who you are.
Well, that's fantastic. I just love people today.
Huh.
Okay.
I thought when I came in and asked you how you are, you were like, well, I'm alive.
Or, no, I didn't
you
say
love people.
I didn't say I'm alive. I said I'm not dead.
Oh, right, true. I'm not dead.
It's been a tough week.
It
but
sure
I
has.
just right now I just love people so much.
Okay.
Right
we
now,
can work
just
with that.
a second. You got to catch it while you can. If you're feeling it just for a second, just grab onto it and take it, ride it as far as you can go.
All right.
That's my thought.
Should we introduce this show? Because I don't think we did last week, and I don't think we did the week before.
Okay.
And since I didn't even
be that way,
put the show on, I didn't advertise the show this morning. I'm feeling doubly guilty.
Yeah, that was bad. That was lame.
Super bad.
That was super lame.
So bad. I hope people know still to tune in.
Oh,
did you guys tune in? Did people tune in?
I don't know. I can't tell. How could I tell? How do I know?
You know what I miss? I missed that little thing on the computer that used to literally tell us how many people were listening.
That was fun.
How did it know, though?
How many connectivity?
Yeah, I guess it was who was just listening online, right?
Yeah, because we weren't on the
tell.
We weren't on the air yet.
Radios aren't really tracked, are they? By anyone? I mean, maybe by the government, but I don't think our radio station can track people's radios.
I like that about radio. Is that nobody knows you're listening. You can listen in a covert manner. I don't think anybody's tracking whether or not we have the radio on, which I like, where it's a smart television knows that you're and it knows what you're watching.
Oh yeah, we have a smart television, but we don't get any television reception. So
from satellites. Satellites are beaming down into your living room.
But you can
and
go
invading
on the internet
your privacy.
With it. And my kid
2000 it's called Skynet. Have you heard about Skynet?
I don't know, but
it's 2,000 satellites.
And that's what makes your smart TVs happen?
No, it's what's trapping humanity.
Oh, well, they're going to be confused about our family if they just track what we're doing, because my kid, who's been homesick for ages, watched like tons of infomercials about like cold cream and just random things.
Because he's sick, so he just kind of lets it go by.
I let him use the smart TV to go on the internet. And he was sitting in a cardboard box because when he doesn't feel good, he goes inside cardboard boxes. That's his thing.
Okay.
He was a cat in another life. But
he loves...
I just bought the new shop vac, which I think we talked about last week.
Yes, we did.
And when I unpackaged it, he was delighted because there was a box just his size. So he took some pillows into it and watched infomercials where I didn't even know you could go on YouTube and find a whole infomercial channel, but you can. And they just keep going for anything you can imagine.
I see. So he watched commercials?
That's what he did. Yeah.
Choice?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Then he switched to music videos, which seemed much better. There was some channel that just played all the music videos of current songs.
I remember the first music video I ever saw.
Really? Me too.
Shania Twain.
Really? Was it I Feel Like a Woman?
I don't know.
Had to have been earlier than that.
I was in a motel, and they had the
Dude,
television.
Shania Twain's not that old. You didn't see one before her?
I don't think I did. I was very deprived.
Me
wasn't
too, but
watching
Kendra
stuff.
used to... nobody on our hill had TV, but Kendra... I think her mom used to subscribe to like this VHS club that would send you a VHS tape of like the new music videos all the time.
Wow.
So we would watch like music videos by like Warrant and Guns N' Roses and stuff. So.
Warrant?
Yeah.
What's Warrant?
It's a heavy metal hair band.
Hair band?
Actually, I saw MTV pretty early.
Do you get that hair band? Sorry.
Yeah, I do. It's pretty funny. This here is a hair band.
Oh, I had a question.
What? Oh, I still didn't introduce the show, but go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you first.
No, you.
Okay. Do Jehovah's Witnesses ever come on a bicycle?
I'm sure that there's no law against it.
Because I saw a couple guys today, and I just thought...
I think they do.
They had helmets on and everything, but they were heading up a driveway. And they looked and they waved like they were
white shirts and black.
They had big beards. They were well dressed. They were on
Jehovah's
bicycles.
Witnesses have big beards.
And they had helmets on. But
no, the ones that go door to door like that are usually the missionary kids who are on their mission. I think they have to be just above 18 years old. They're younger. I think
these guys looked a little bit more like Hasidic Jews.
I don't think the Hasidic Jews go door to door
on bicycles.
At least not here.
Up in Chelsea?
Maybe in Brooklyn.
Maybe in Chelsea, because Chelsea's a weird town. So
I don't think there are any Hasidic Jews in Chelsea. To tell you the truth,
they would hide.
Yeah,
I mean, they
would hide.
They might come out to get Creamies and Wills, but otherwise they probably just keep themselves in the back.
Are Wills Creamies kosher?
Gosh,
we should ask him.
I don't know.
Will's pretty cool. I bet his creamies are kosher.
He's so fantastic, I have to tell you.
I'm
so impressed by the book selection in the back.
Yeah, everything
There's
Will
always
does
new
is
stuff.
Impressive and eclectic.
Yeah, I just feel, I don't know.
He's one of a kind, for sure.
He is. Yeah, I keep wanting to buy some more of those books, but I have to hold back.
I make John hold back every time we get creamies.
Yeah, it's
first
tough.
of all, we have all those books already, so we don't need another one. Although that doesn't stop John usually.
Yeah, you know how it is in Will's. Like you go into Will's and somebody can disappear really fast. Like you turn around and the person
they're back there.
Yeah, the person you came in with is just gone, and they might be in the office supply section, or they might be like they put let's see, is it the toilet paper is next to like the chemical cleaners, which
and that's
is next to
the
books.
Boone's, and then the Boone's Farm's like wine cooler, entire cooler just for Boone's Farm.
Nice.
Is also back
nice.
there next to the Yankee candles.
Yes, that's catering to your audience.
Totally.
It's
and
a very mixed bag.
Like,
it's
pepperoni and cheese cooler is also way back there in with the gifts, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, and the cat food, for God's sake, is in the very way back near the back door. The cat food.
Wow.
Man, God.
I just bought 10 sheets of very
that.
faded poster board there from like around 1970. Like it had everywhere where it wasn't covered by another sheet of poster board. It had a big strip of like non-color.
Yeah.
But I had to. I was
You
like,
had
I
to.
have to have this red poster board. It wasn't really red anymore. It was kind of a very faded pink. But
And
I had to have it for a project.
Yeah,
so
and it was nice that he had it.
I had to clean it like before I used it.
Because he doesn't sell it that much. Sometimes to teachers, maybe at the Chelsea school. But not that much, but he stocks it.
This poster board I don't think has ever moved in the history of the world because it was literally like the oldest poster board ever, and I did have to clean it when I got it home.
Dust it off with the bellows. The bellows. I really see. I'm jonesing for a bellows. I do a lot of blowing myself manually. When my fires won't start. I've just got my head stuck into the wood stove, and I think
you probably better stop talking about this right now. Our bellows has. I will just adjust the conversation back to.
What
being
is there
very
a
bellows.
metaphor? Is there a metaphor that I'm missing here that I don't start? You don't start.
Our bellows have a crack in them, and yet we still have them. And John's always poking them inside the stove, and it just blows at your face because the way the crack is angled. And I'm like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
He thinks it's going to get fixed someday by some, who knows
I
what,
don't know.
a tinker.
Like, would it take him longer than 10 seconds to go get a piece of gorilla tape and fix it?
John expects a tinker will drive up in a cart to the door one day and say, what can we fix?
My God, all the ingredients for fixing are literally within 20 feet of the bellows, but for all the years I've known him, it's just stayed with a crack in.
Well, you should surprise him for his birthday.
It's just one of those things you don't think about.
I do. I think about it all the time.
Well, then maybe
every time I have to stick my head into the wood stove,
I just wave something. I just wave a piece of.
That's lame.
I wave a piece of. I don't have the lung capacity and blowing ability that you do, apparently. But I just use a folded piece of newspaper and wave it.
That's so
wave,
stupid.
wave, and then the little flames.
You know how stupid you look when you do that?
Do you know how stupid you look when you have your head inside of?
Look, I don't have anybody else to blow in my wood stove for me. I have to do it all by myself. I don't have options.
Oh, man. It's probably good we didn't advertise the show today. Shall I introduce it, though? Just in case. Just in case.
Sure.
All right, you guys, you lucky devils, have tuned in to 11th Hour Radio. We broadcast live every Friday at 11 a.m. from Royalton Community Radio, WFVR LP 96.5. That's Kristina, the blower. And I am Emily. And thank you, sponsors and underwriters, which I think we actually did thank them really recently.
Yeah.
We're like so
we can
up
take
on that.
We can take a year off now.
They're very good to sponsor our show.
Well,
I'm not supposed to say anything nice.
No, but here's the thing is like when you have, for example, if you have a prayer of protection, like a big long prayer that's like a paragraph, but you're in a rush, you're in a hurry, and you need to like call on the powers that be like really quick, like snap, like this, you can just say protection.
Oh, okay.
So the
You
sponsors...
learn this? You learn this at like theological... Is that the right word? School?
No, I have other sources.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have to go to college to learn
So you can snap
about
your
God.
fingers and be like, bam, God.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is if we say sponsors, then all of the information of the sponsors it's readily available without having to go through the whole list. See what I'm saying?
No, but yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, there was a kind of a connection there between the two things. It wasn't completely random as you might have thought it was.
It's just abbreviated version of the same thing, is what you're saying. Yeah, and it counts. Yeah. Totally counts.
Okay, so we should shout out to Glow because she just had surgery.
She did.
Yeah, so sending good feelings your way, Glow.
And Keith. And Keith is having a rough...
Yeah, and...
A rough... time right now too.
Yes, and he put up this funny thing on his Facebook page that I really liked, which it was, what do you call it, a meme? Is it meme? Is that how you say it? Meme?
Yeah.
M-E-M-E?
Uh-huh.
Meme.
Yep.
What kind of a word is that?
It's a made-up millennial word.
Yeah, it upsets me every time I say
GIF.
it. I feel like I have to wipe my mouth off.
Is it GIF or GIF? GIF, right? Those little things, the little moving.
If it was GIF, it would be like Jiffy peanut butter.
Right, it would be a J. So it's GIF. What does it stand for? I mean, it must stand for something.
Yeah,
you can't be like, I'll make up a word. GIF. Like it doesn't. That's not. If you're going to make up a word, that's not a word you would make up.
A generated something. Oh, I don't know.
Generated internet.
Flim flam. Fluckery.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
Okay,
Keith
so
put up
here's
a meme.
Yes, and it said, if at first you don't succeed, do it the way your wife told you.
Yeah. Smartest
I like
man
that. You
ever.
should hang that up on your wall at home, right?
I have one that says, what does it say? My mother-in-law gave it to me. It's like that little otters hat that I just showed you, the one that said, women want me, fish fear me, but it's not. It says... Women.
It's an otter.
Women envy me, men want me, and children obey me, or something like that. I don't know why she gave me this magnet, but it is on my refrigerator. There's no otters.
It's a mother thing.
And all of those statements are highly untrue, which makes it funny to me.
Here's another good one. This is from my friend Al DeLuise, who writes a blog, which is a really cool blog called
Conflict. Is he related to Dom DeLuise, the guy who...
I don't
had
know.
The cooking show with all the meatballs and Italian sloppery.
Yeah, I don't know. I never asked him, but he's got this blog called Conflict and Scotch, which has to do with relationships and drinking to some degree, but it also has pearls of wisdom, embedded in there. But he put up this meme that says, quote, "You never realize how boring your life is until someone asks you what you do for fun." No, that totally is true for me.
I have got no time for fun.
Yeah, see what I mean?
And the only fun I have is fun that I figure out what my kids want to have for fun, and that's what we do. I don't even know what I would want to do for fun.
Well, that's
I've
the
lost
question.
That.
What would you do? Like, what'll you do when your kids grow up? What will you want to do? Like, first of all, you want to write some books.
Yeah, but
right?
I don't feel like that's fun so much. That's just like a desperate thing that is tearing at me.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I feel at peace sometimes when I'm writing, but I don't know. Fun is not the word exactly.
Well, let's just imagine that you had 8 hours.
Only 8?
No, this is a typical day in the future. So you have 8 hours and you're writing for 8 hours and you've put in a good, you've written like so many pages and now you're going to relax and have some fun. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I eat a lot. Creamies are fun to me.
That's kind of shooting low.
It's super shooting low. Sex is kind of fun, but that's also shooting a little bit low.
Oh, it's just kind of normal, commonplace,
common fun, boring fun. But I don't know. I like to travel. I like to go places, but I can't do that too in depth in just 8 hours.
Oh, I had a quote about travel from Anthony Bourdain. Isn't that funny? You said that. His quote is, quote, "Travel is not reward for working, it's education for living."
Ooh, I wish I could.
Nice.
I wish I could really feel. I mean, I wish everyone felt that way, so you could not feel so guilty when you did it.
Well, let's travel around Vermont. That's what I
like
want
to do.
That's
or I guess I don't know again if that is fun, but it feels relaxing to me. I like to get in the car and see new things. I like to look at other people's houses.
Yeah, like go
different fields and brooks and little villages.
I love to go like to Morrisville
I like to take pictures of things.
Yeah. Like if I was going to go somewhere, if I could go to Morrisville and then just go a little bit farther north, that would be like going to the Wild Kingdom, right?
All right.
Sort of.
Yeah, I like... Yeah, wow.
Okay.
It's hard to think of what you want to do for fun.
I know. I'm going to play a song.
Okay.
And you can ponder this. And if you can come up with one cool thing that you would do for fun that's not like completely just, the ordinary. All right. Okay. First song I've got is My Fickle Heart. And this is off Ariel Zevon's album.
I knew that.
Detangler.
1, 2, 3.
You can play with fire if you wanna get burned. You stepped out of line, boy, it wasn't even your turn. Drawn into the mirage of love, though your conscience tries to rise above. You wouldn't heed my prophecy, not self-fulfilled, no apology. You say you know me better, but I've been my own jailer, and you ain't the hero to set me free, 'cause I bury the key to my fickle heart. Flips on a dime. Fickle heart, don't waste no time. Fickle heart keeps me apart. Fickle heart will tear yours apart. Fly into the web and you're gonna get caught. The harder you fight, the nastier the knot. Lured into the siren's trap, fall too deep into the ocean's lap. I warned you to run, then you just wouldn't listen. You say I can do better, but I ain't your contender, and I ain't the hero to set you free, 'cause I bury the key to my fickle heart. Flips on a dime. Fickle heart wastes no time. Fickle heart keeps me apart. Fickle heart will tear yours apart. Chest to chest, hearts beating like lyres. Your trembling breath reveals your desires. Hungry for more than I got, you can scrape the bottom of my empty pot. I told you I'm the wrong tree. Bark all you want of me, you'll never know me better. It's all sealed in the letter that you ain't the hero to set me free, 'cause I bury the key.
Kristina just cut off Ariel. And
It's coming. That was for the
Poor
flag.
Ariel. It's like, Ariel or the train. Ariel or the train.
No, it wasn't Ariel at that point. It was this jam session between Patrick Ross and Val McCallum and Pappy. That's like, they don't care.
Who's Pappy?
Patrick Biondo.
Oh, I did know that, yeah.
He's great.
You know what?
So I just, I don't usually fade out songs early, but it's okay for a DJ to do that.
The train is like a religious experience for you.
I had to hear that because I got all this information about train whistles that I thought,
she has ulterior motives.
Well, it's just, it tells you what they mean, like the different sounds, like the short. See, look.
Is it like Morse code for trains?
Kind of.
Train releases brakes and proceeds. Wait, what are the lines and the O's?
I think it's short and long.
Any signal not otherwise provided for.
See, some of them
stop means backing up.
Yeah, and the flagman. Sometimes it's for the flagman.
Instruction for flagman to protect rear of train.
Yeah.
What?
He has to protect the rear. Because someone has to protect it if they get attacked from the back.
Jump in between the rear and the
whatever. He's going to call the cavalry. He's got to do it. Somebody's got to be alert because when trains go forward, they're just looking forward. If somebody's not on the back, you know what I'm saying? This is just how it is in life.
Can go both ways, so maybe the back is the front.
Well, don't try to complicate it. It's better if we just think about
this train.
Things.
Is that my kid? No, it's not my kid. My kid's not coming until 11 o'clock at night. This exact train that goes by was the one my kid went on to DC right at the same time, and it was wicked late, and I knew what time it was going to come because I knew what time it always goes by our radio station. Yeah. But it was late. It was really late. They stayed at the train station forever waiting for the train.
That's fun to hang out at the train station.
Well, it wasn't because there were all these little tiny red aphids or something crawling all over the cement stoop where everyone's bags were.
Oh,
and then when everyone looked at their bags were just covered in tiny little red, those bright red things that look like tiny spiders.
Which train station?
In White River.
I was there too.
What?
I went to Vermont Salvage this week.
I wanted to go over there.
Yes, I was so nostalgic because I used to hang out there all the time and buy clawfoot bathtubs and doors and stuff. It really hasn't changed that much.
I know.
But it's right next door. It's right next door to the train station.
Yeah, I was longingly looking at it as the aphids were crawling my leg. I wanted to go over there and look in, but I figured the second I went over there, then the train would come.
Yeah,
I didn't.
It's got a great freight elevator there. Don't those things give you the creeps?
It's cold in there, though. It's always cold.
Well, not in the summer. It's not cold. It's perfect in the summer. It's cold if you go in the winter.
It's pretty cool.
But it's so nice.
Did they have any church pews in there at the moment?
Yes.
Because I kind of need to get some for our wedding business.
You know what they had?
What?
They had sections from a bowling alley.
I don't
like this beautiful.
that.
No, you would like it. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's this beautiful. Of course, with bowling alleys, they have to laminate them, and they have to. They put polyurethane.
People use them as bars quite often. Now.
Yes, they're super shiny because they have to put so many layers of polyurethane on. But they have all this really nice woodwork, and so they had sections of a bowling alley, like many sections. So it was cool. You should definitely go there. And I almost got a lampshade. But you know how lampshades are.
I know how you are with lampshades.
Well, no, the thing is, we did talk about
Kristina
lamps last week.
Lamps.
Well, it's just that a lot of times I'll get a lampshade at a thrift store, and I'll get home and it's the wrong kind. It's got the wrong
brother. Yep, I do know.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with those little clamp-on kinds. Well, I guess you could.
You can because we
had a lamp disaster last night. I was so overtired, like crazy. I'm still so overtired, but I was insanely tired because our youngest kid has been sick and in our bed with us all week, and I have to go in the middle because I'm always checking him for fever and things like that. And it's just so broilingly hot between John and Ira.
Right.
And Ira was thrashing and kicking all the time, and you can't, or he has a horrible cough, so he'll just cough in your face like all night long while you're sleeping.
Can't
I'm
you
a
put
light
him
sleeper.
like on the floor on a mattress?
No, because
Just
our
a little bit of
entire room
space?
floor is taken up with stacked boxes and bags of wedding linens and tablecloths because there's no other place to keep them. I can't keep them outside because I tried storing them in their tubs in the barn one time and they just got like mildewy. So
I know.
I keep them in my bedroom, and it's our bedroom you can barely walk in because it's got all this linen stored in it.
I just wish for you a new outbuilding. Like a brand new outbuilding that's like completely secure that a mouse couldn't get in it.
That would be wonderful. We had a mouse sampling the buffet at one of the last weddings. Like,
Did you?
It came right down in the middle of people and was like, woohoo! And it like ran over to the cheese platter. For real. I'm like, what are you thinking, mouse? But anyway, so I couldn't sleep and I was super tired all week. And then last night, it seemed like he was a little bit better. He wasn't fevering anymore. And I was like, okay, this might be I'm going to get a good night's sleep. And we get in bed, and John's like fumbling around with his lamp on his bedside table, and all of a sudden you hear like a pop and a smash. And it's the poisonous, those horrible poisonous fluorescent ones. Yeah. And I'm like, I wake up Ira from a dead sleep. I'm like, let's get out of this room because you aren't supposed to. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in the room. And they like spew mercury powder and crap everywhere. Why do they even make these frickin' things? Like, light bulbs break. Hello. If you have to evacuate your home and call in like professional cleaners whenever a light bulb breaks, that's totally stupid.
Right. I agree. I never could figure that out because being off grid,
and there's low energy. I mean, we have them in a few places because they don't take much energy, which is great.
Well, but I guess you get the LED.
I'm just gonna burn the electricity and get the regular bulbs because
get LED. LED bulbs don't break.
I'm sure those kill you too.
No, they do. They're smart, so they track you. But besides that, they don't break like the fluorescent ones. You have to pick your poison.
So we look up online and we're like, oh, frick, we can't do all these steps to like secure this room right now. We're all super tired. This was like midnight at this point.
Oh my gosh.
So then we drag Ira into the kids' room where they just have their twin beds. Okay. And I'm like, John, because Eli's on his class trip. I said, John, you're sleeping in Eli's bed and I'll sleep in Ira's bed with Ira. But like,
it was the bed shuffle.
It was such a tiny bed already. And so, so I sleep in a tiny twin bed with my child.
That's so bad.
Thrashing around all night.
That's so bad. But the good news is that I got my vacuum repaired.
What?
Yeah.
Any new dog bite marks on you to show for it?
No.
The dog is done with biting you now?
No, it was a whole new thing. Because,
was the dog even there?
No. Here's what happened.
Okay.
I was with Wilder last weekend because we were doing all this wedding prep stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Which was really fun. So we're driving around and Dana and...
Are you going to wear a dress?
No, of course not.
It's your kid's own
I'm gonna
wedding.
wear like a tux or something.
Are you gonna do a first dance?
With who?
The mother's son
I don't know.
dance.
I'll do whatever he wants me to do. I don't care.
All right.
I mean, I'd look pretty good in a tux, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I mean, Dana actually suggested it. She said, you can wear something like a tux. So I'd like to because I've never worn a tux. But you can get women's fitted tuxes.
You're not going to want a women's fitted tux, though, because they have they're like the hip pleats and stuff. You know what I mean? They look like mom jeans. Just get a man.
I get the guys'
You usually
pants.
prefer the guy pants anyway. Yeah, so I would
they
do
fit
that.
better. Okay.
I think they're more flattering, too.
Okay. Well, so we're down in West Leb in White River Junction, right? And I said West Leb, not West Lebanon.
Yeah, that's what I do, too.
Well, no, but you corrected me. You said I can't say Lebanon. You said that's goofy to say West Lebanon.
Well, people around here just say West Leb or West Lebanon. Lebanon. Yep.
Okay, well, I'll say West Leb. I'll choose West Leb.
Okay, then you don't have to worry about the end.
Yeah. So anyway, it was just me and him. And I realized we're passing the sew and vac place, and I said, "Oh my gosh, this is my big chance to see if the vacuum's ready because I have my bodyguard now, my son."
Right.
So we parked.
He can take the dog.
Yeah, he didn't know about the whole thing, so we pulled into the parking lot and I explained the whole story to him from start to finish. I just wanted to give him a little preparation before we went in. So we went in, and none of the same characters were there.
What? How many people run this?
They had all been swapped out. There was a new dog It was a nice dog. It was a little pug. It was super friendly and sweet. And it came over. And then there was this young woman who came over who was really pleasant. She smiled and she said, "Can I help you?" And, I was a little bit stunned at first because I felt like I had again walked into a time warp or some kind of dimensional shift where you think you know where you are, but everything's a little bit different.
Wow.
I don't know what to make of.
And your vacuum was done?
Yes, it was. The only thing, though,
Have you tried
that,
it yet, though? Because remember last time it was done, you brought it home and it was broken.
But I don't care. At least
second.
I have it home. At least it's safe at home. I don't care if
true.
it works or not.
Okay.
I mean, I got it back is the important thing.
Right.
And nobody was injured in the process. The dog, there was no bad dogs. And it turns out that younger woman is the granddaughter of the old lady.
Of the dog bite lady?
Yeah, so I explained the whole thing to her. I explained to her what happened.
You did?
Yes, and she was really apologetic. She said, "Oh, that's my grandmother, blah, blah, blah." Plus, the grandmother charged me for vacuum cleaner bags that she did not sell me. Oh, my God. So, but the granddaughter kind of saved the day and it all worked out.
Oh, my God. Well.
I know. Aren't you happy for me?
Millennials sometimes are awfully nice people.
Yes, they are. I support
We've basically given
generation.
birth to some, so.
We sure did.
So we gotta like them a little.
I do. I don't have an attitude.
I mostly don't, but I do make fun of them sometimes.
Well, it's
you have to.
Stupid word. As soon as you assign some kind of a stupid word to a whole generation of people, they sound dumb. Like baby boomers. Who wanted to be called a baby?
Dumbest.
I didn't want to be called that. I didn't have a choice.
You're not that.
Yes. Well, I'm on the cusp. I'm cuspy
No,
there.
you're not.
Yes, I'm cuspy into that group.
What am I?
Let's see what comes after baby boomers. Yeah. Like metal hair.
No. What?
Hair metal. Sorry, hairband.
No.
Wait, what did you say before? You said like hairband.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
you said
a thing.
No, you said a big hairband. Didn't you?
Did I? I thought I just said a hairband.
You said a heavy metal hairband.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yes. That's a thing.
That doesn't make any sense.
You're a musician. You should understand all the names for all the genres of music. That's a total thing.
They're just kind of mixing though. It's
know.
like dogs breeding.
Right. It's like my
mutts.
my Aussie chug that I used to have. It was half Australian Shepherd and half Chihuahua Pug.
Yeah.
But Chihuahua Pug is its own breed now called the Chug.
We weren't talking about dogs.
And Labradoodles and Golden Doodles and Schnitzy Snoodles.
Wait, let's just back up a little bit.
Okay, back to
something
vacuum,
heavy metal,
millennials.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Okay.
What is your generation called?
Don't know.
Yes, you do. Come on.
No, I don't. Are we Generation X?
Okay. Is that the same as Gen Xers?
Yeah, I think so. But I think I'm.
How come you get two ways to say
I think I'm older than that. I'm 77, so what's that make me? I mean, I'm not 77.
Oh,
my birthday is in
77.
So I'm I don't really remember. Then there's
there's
the Y, there's Generation Y too.
What about
right?
the hippies? Isn't that a thing? Why didn't they just call us?
That was before both of us.
No, I was a hippie wannabe. See, I'm on the cusp. They can't put me firmly into the baby boomers nor the hippies, but I'm close to each. And yet sort of defining my own style.
I think hippie wasn't defining like a time of birth, of like
generation.
That defined a time for people who were already like young adults.
You don't know.
I do
about this.
I do.
I was there.
I was coming.
They were my teachers. My teachers were hippies.
I was a twinkle in my parents' eye during that.
Oh, okay. That counts for something. I'm glad they twinkled.
They twinkled.
It was useful.
Until the vasectomy.
Okay.
There was twinkling.
It's probably time for a song because Butch isn't going to want to find out that you talked about
probably not.
That operation.
True.
I mean, has he had other kinds of surgery as well?
No.
He'd break an arm or have
I don't think so. He had braces
like a
once.
hip replacement.
Braces doesn't count as surgery though, does it? I mean, it's kind of external.
No, it's putting wire on your
surgeries? Teeth. I don't think so.
Okay.
Colonoscopies aren't surgeries.
No,
either.
He doesn't want to know that you talked about his colonoscopy on the air either. So let's go to a next.
He enjoyed his colonoscopy a lot because he stayed awake and watched on the little camera. And he was like, this is so interesting. He loves that kind of stuff.
Cease and desist. Okay, so we have a song coming up.
I love grossing you out sometimes. It's so much fun. All right, what are you going to play?
Okay, this is Michelle Chouanier, Franco-American from our state. And let's see, this is called Madeline.
À la claire fontaine m'en allant promener, j'ai trouvé l'eau si belle que je me suis baignée. Tu danses bien Madeleine, regardons Madelon. T'adores bien Madeleine, tu t'allons Madelon. Les feuilles d'une chêne, je me suis fait sécher. Sur la plus haute branche, le rosignon chantait. Tu danses bien, Madeleine, regardons Madelon. T'adores bien, Madeleine, tu t'allons Madelon. Rosigne, rechante toi qui as le cœur gai. Tu as le cœur à rire, moi j'en ai à pleurer. Tu danses bien Madeleine, regardons Madelon. T'entends bien Madeleine, tu t'allons Madelon. Je voudrais que la rose fût encore au rosier, et que mon bel ami fût toujours à m'aimer. Tu danses bien Madeleine, regardons Madelon. T'entends bien Madeleine, tu t'allons Madelon.
Almost missed that.
Yeah.
That was great. Thanks, Michelle.
Superb. Superb.
So
French.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Ongoing issues department.
Other than the vacuum?
Yeah. I'm still having problems with the on-site bathroom issue.
We just had a bathroom trailer delivered this morning because some people are fine with the porta-potties. Some people want
exactly my point. So tell me, would you, if you were on a job site with like 20 tradesmen and you're the only woman, would you use the one porta-potty? Or would you...
It's going to be smelly and sticky. You know, I mean, God gave them...
that great outdoors. I mean,
they have basically a tube to pee out of. So how hard is it to pee in one spot?
Yeah.
And you know what? A toilet is a pretty large target to hit. So why do you need to... Are they just spinning around? Are they just like, la, 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 turning in circles while they pee? Like, what goes on there? I mean, not that I really want to watch some dudes pee, but I kind of want to watch some dudes pee just to see what they do. Are they looking? Do they look at their own junk when they pee? Or do they just look around?
I know.
I'm curious.
Or you probably look at their phone with one hand.
Maybe that's why all the phones end up in toilets.
That could be.
Who has their phone? I wouldn't bring my phone out when I was peeing because those things have little cameras in them.
No, I know. I won't.
And you never
I don't
know.
take mine.
Here's something weird about my phone. It barely comes in over at my work, but I wrote a really venti post about my kids' health issues this week, and I left it private because that's how I deal with things. Sometimes I write a post and then I just leave it private on my page, so I have it. It's like a record for me. It's like my journal. And then without me doing anything, it publicly posted as a story, which I've never done in my life. So tons of people saw it, and it was like, I mean, it was fine. It wasn't anything really private, but it was weird because I left it private. And
I don't get what a
automatically
story.
went,
I don't know what
I don't
is a
even know how
story
it
on
works.
Facebook. I don't even know what that is.
But I definitely didn't push anything. It just suddenly bling.
Yeah,
all these people were
sometimes-
messaging me, going like, "Oh, my kid had an issue like this. Let me talk to you about it."
You can turn your phone off and it turns back on by itself.
I know, and I
sometimes.
shut the cellular data off, and next time I turn it on, and cellular data's on. Didn't do that.
Yeah, you just can't trust.
And they
these
charge
things.
you for the cellular data too, even though I shut it off.
Well,
it turns itself on.
So back to the bathroom issue.
Right.
Okay, so there's another job that has the opposite problem, which is that the only bathroom is in the client's house. So I'm filthy dirty, right? I'm just covered with dirt from gardening.
Yep.
And I have to go into this bathroom that is super clean. It's always clean. It's a bathroom that doesn't ever get dirty because they don't let it get dirty for a second. And so it's the kind of bathroom that you walk in and there's no light switch and the light just goes on. Oh. Have you ever been in that?
Yeah.
And which is kind of good because if I have to turn on a light, then I smudge. I leave a smudge.
Yep.
So you go into the perfect bathroom, which is just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing to go in someone's house really dirty into a perfect bathroom. And I have to try not to leave dirt in the sink.
Right.
And I really just want to go behind the tractor shed or something or the bushes, but modern houses, they've taken away like all the bushes, like just the groups of bushes. You can have shrubs. You can have shrubs that are landscaped into perennial beds or whatever. But bushes, forget it. There's no light. We live in a world without bushes now. I guess you hadn't thought of it. I mean, think about schools. They've taken all the bushes away from schoolyards.
Also, George Bush just passed away, didn't he? Is that true? Yeah.
You want to talk about politics?
No, I'm just talking about bushes. There are still some bushes alive, but
okay. I can
we
see
just bought some bushes.
You're not feeling this like I am.
We bought some more hydrangea bushes. I bought a bridal. I think it's called bridal veil or bridal wreath.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah,
spirea.
Yes, and John is desperate.
Those
hey,
are great.
Listeners, here's a little scavenger hunt for people. I tried to get him one for his birthday. No, not his birthday. Father's Day, I guess, years ago. But you can't find them anymore. You know those old-fashioned snowball bushes?
Yeah.
Can't.
Well,
I've never
where'd you
seen
go?
one. I went to a bunch of the area ones. I went to like Dandelion
Did they
Acres.
tell
I went
you
to Long Acres.
No snowballs?
There was something called like a cinnamon something bush that I got him instead that was like close, but you couldn't find the old-fashioned big snowball bushes, and he wants one desperately.
Go to Brown's.
Oh, I didn't go to Brown's.
In Thetford. They're like the tree and shrub people.
Maybe I'll do that.
But it's,
My
bushes.
grandparents had one growing up, but they sold that house, and
well, bushes, but I just want to get back to this point that bushes,
bushes?
they don't necessarily have a fancy
endangered
name.
species.
Yeah, they don't have a fancy name. It's just a bush. Like, remember, it used to just be able to look around in someone's yard. No, there's a bush. Not, there's a Weigela.
Is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Oh. It's a ridiculous name.
Isn't it?
Wait.
Weigela.
Wagila or just Wagila?
Weigela. I don't know. I used to call it a Weigelia, and then I realized it was wrong. Could be Weigela. But that's like, what is that? Like Nutella. That can't be right.
No.
It's not at all like Nutella.
Plant names. Who named them all?
Weigela.
Can you name plants? Like,
like
are they still
paint
discovering
colors.
new plants?
Yes, it's like paint colors. Well, they're just they're hybridizing mostly. So you can have endless hybridized plants.
Buy and name a star. Like, can you buy and name a plant?
Well, you'd probably have to be a botany person.
Yeah.
Or a breeder. Back to dog breeding.
Yep.
Well, plant breeding, dog breeding. I'm sort of trying to say that equate them, but they're quite different.
Yeah, Yes.
You know, how you breed dogs and you breed plants.
Yeah.
Or mushrooms. Or spores, like Myra, I saw, has been into looking at mushroom spores.
Mushrooms. I don't understand.
She's just going deep into it. She's going, but you have to admit that the spores are quite beautiful.
Yes, I remember you being quite obsessed with spores when we were reading old National Geographic magazines about mushrooms.
Really? I was into spores?
Yeah,
I get a little scared about spores because it reminds me of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, they're floating around, you can't see them.
Yeah, almost everything reminds me of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
See, I've never seen that. I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, you'll end up being scared. Yeah, and you'll be scared of pods and everything like that. And the worst thing about it is that we used to watch it at night on this old black and white TV in the basement under the ping pong table.
That's terrifying.
We would put our sleeping bags down on mattresses and then we would watch it late at night. And that's what scarred me. With a ping pong table in the basement.
I can't watch any scary things anymore. It's like not an option for me.
Yeah.
Those pictures stay in my head, even as an adult.
And this is proof. This is proof of how deeply those images go.
I try to tell my kids this about violent things. I said, you know what? I still can remember all the scary things that I ever saw. Like
just as fresh,
as vividly
as a daisy
as I did when I saw them.
They will just pop
that
up
in your head,
unbidden.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yucky stuff.
I don't know what to do about it.
Oh, you know what? Some tourist from away came to my museum yesterday in the pouring rain with a party of 5 or so, and they're all under umbrellas. I realized something. You know how I'm always telling stories about how rude people are when they come to the museum?
Yes.
To you? I think it's me because so it came up and they came at I don't remember, 11:30 or 12:30, something that wasn't right on the hour. The tours only go out right on the hour. So they come up in the pouring rain under their umbrellas. And I can kind of tell just as I walk up that the head guy, like the dad or whoever, I mean, I don't know if he was the dad, but he was just kind of like the ringleader of the group, the guy who was going to do all the talking. I could tell as they walked up that he was just going to be a total turd. Like I already knew it. So they come kind of aggressively onto my stoop. And I immediately start like apologizing because it's raining and I know like it's a pain. And I'm like, I'm sorry, the next tour doesn't go out, until right on the hour or so. And I was super apologetic and cringy, and I think my being that way, and that's why I always am to people. I think that's why people are rude to me.
They don't like your pity.
They see that I have this like weird guilt. I'm so apologetic and guilty, so it makes them feel like
something's wrong.
I've done something bad, and then they can react in an angry way, kind of.
Yeah.
So he was super rude. He was like, "Oh, great." He was like super sarcastic about it, and he was like, "Oh well, little miss, dry and muddy. What are we supposed to do until then?" Like, he literally said,
what?
This is a total stranger.
No.
Yes.
He did not.
He said that. And I was like, dry and mighty. I was like, oh, he's making
He needs a vasectomy.
So needs a vasectomy. A home-done vasectomy done in my Victorian kitchen with a pair of rusty scissors. Anyway.
Okay.
So I'm like, was that really necessary? But then I realized, I'm like, well, I came at him with like cringy little like, I'm so
You're blaming
sorry.
yourself for this.
I know he was a turd. Like he was definitely a turd.
Okay, why don't you
that
model to me what you should have said?
I should have said, oh, hi there. We don't have tours until, noon. So feel free to go wander around the outbuildings and I'll meet you back here again.
I'm sure you say that sometimes. When you're in a better place.
When I see people's body language looking like already kind of aggravated, which is how he kind of stormed up.
He was a little macho.
He was a little macho and he was clearly really ticked off that it was raining.
And what did you say? He came aggressively onto your stoop?
Yeah.
I like that.
There's a sign that says, the deal, that there are no tours until...
Do not come aggressively.
But the people who ignore that sign and just are going to barrel in anyway, like, if that sign doesn't pertain to me, I'm having my tour right now. Like, that's the kind of person...
Yeah.
That he was, and you could tell. And so, but I immediately took his body language to heart and started just being all like, I'm so sorry. I know it's awful and rainy outside, but I don't have it.
You need a sign that says, just don't.
Just don't.
Put that out.
Just don't F with the docent.
That will stop them. That'll give them a little bit of pause as they ponder, like, what does
I have a
that
sign
mean?
like that for my dance classes because everyone is lovely in my dance classes, but the little kids in my dance class... They love after a song is over, after a routine is finished, they all rush my computer and they want to push the buttons or they want to put the next song on.
Of course
and
they
so
do.
I have a sign that says, no, no touching. Nope. No. This means you. Like I have like one of those nasty signs taped to my computer that I have to do because otherwise the kids
like a sandwich board.
They all
you
fight
need a
over
sandwich board.
Yeah,
and you put it right over the tape
deck. A little
deck.
electric fence around my computer.
That works.
Anyway, but then they start like kind of fighting over it and shoving each other, and I'm like, my computer's next to death already. So if one of you guys knocks my computer or makes it crash, like I'm just going to be real mad at you. So I had to put up the mean sign. But anyway,
well. I just have one idea that I will leave us with.
All right.
Because it's almost time to go. We have about 4 minutes.
I got to go to Welch's. I got to find some cough drops for my kid, who's the pickiest kid in the world, and I don't know what to feed him. And he won't eat any cough drops, but he's coughing terribly. And I got to get shavings for the horse paddock.
Oh, I should have brought mine. I have shavings in a bag, and I was just looking at them like, what am I going to do with these shavings? You want them?
Yeah, but yeah.
They're
old.
old.
Next week. That's fine.
They might have a few mouse turds in them.
Nobody sees a mouse turd or two.
Okay, I'll bring you those.
It's just Button's feed store where I always get my big boxes of shavings has been closed the last couple of days, and I need it before weddings because I always put
they're never
shavings
closed
there.
That's weird. I don't know what's going on up there.
Not only was he closed, John has like a deal with him where John can like break in, and get stuff that we need, and then
pay on credit.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't think Bobby lets many people do that, but John has a secret deal with him where he can just go get stuff.
Yeah, it's not so secret now.
Sorry, whatever. He hasn't done it lately because Bobby's been there a bunch, but they didn't get a shipment of that stuff this week either. So.
Is that important?
Yeah.
Is that why you completely derailed what I was going to say?
So important. What?
Well, it's just a little idea the idea that I leave you with is that the problem is not so much misinformation as it is missing information. Oh. So let's just ponder that this week. Oh. As we move forward into the universe that we're creating, along with some other jerks. Okay.
Turds, I think I said.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. We've had a good time. Come to our Facebook page. Order a button from us. We'll try to post some on our Facebook page.
How do they even know how to do that? We got to figure out how
we'll figure it out. Yeah,
or check our website at 11thhourradio.com.
Yeah, we're going to be proactive.
So
after having not been.
Yeah.
Does that count? Like if you're not,
yes.
If you're behind the ball and then you decide to become proactive? I don't know.
Well,
the two kind of cancel
let's see what
each other
happens.
out.
Let's see if we actually do it.
Okay.
Then we can really talk.
Okay. We're going to go out on a song called Flowers for Claudia.
Nice. And you guys have a most fabulous weekend.
Okay. See you next week.
Bye.